Welcome to QuickBytes Education. Today's QuickByte is all about angles, including acute, right, obtuse, and straight angles, explained simply, quickly, and clearly. Let's get started. Angles show up everywhere in geometry. You see them in triangles, you see them in rectangles, you see them in clocks, road signs, buildings, graphs, and even sports plays. But before you can solve angle problems, you need to understand what an angle is and how to name the main types. The good news is, the first 4 angle types are pretty easy once you know what to look for. In this lesson, we'll cover 5 things. First, what an angle is. Second, how angles are measured. Third, acute angles. Fourth, right angles, obtuse angles, and straight angles. And fifth, an easy way to remember the difference. An angle is formed when 2 rays share the same endpoint. Remember, a ray starts at one point and goes on forever in one direction. So when 2 rays start from the same point, they create an angle. That shared endpoint is called the vertex. The 2 rays are called the sides of the angle. For example, imagine 2 rays opening like the hands of a clock. The space between those rays is the angle. The wider the opening, the larger the angle. The smaller the opening, the smaller the angle. Angles are measured in degrees. You may see the degree symbol written as a small circle after a number. For example, 90 degrees means the angle has a measure of 90. A larger number of degrees means a larger angle. A smaller number of degrees means a smaller angle. In geometry, the angle's size tells us what type of angle it is. That is why numbers like 90 degrees and 180 degrees are so important. They help us classify angles quickly. An acute angle is an angle that is less than 90 degrees. So if an angle measures 10 degrees, 30 degrees, 45 degrees, or 89 degrees, it is acute. The key word is less. An acute angle is smaller than a right angle. You can think of an acute angle as a narrow angle. It looks sharp or tight. Here's the test idea. If the angle is less than 90 degrees, it is acute. A right angle is an angle that measures exactly 90 degrees, not almost 90, not close to 90, exactly 90 degrees. A right angle usually looks like a perfect corner. You see right angles in squares, rectangles, books, doors, windows, and the corners of many rooms. In diagrams, a right angle is often marked with a small square in the corner. That little square means the angle is 90 degrees. Here's the test idea. If the angle is exactly 90 degrees, it is a right angle. An obtuse angle is greater than 90 degrees, but less than 180 degrees. So if an angle measures 100 degrees, 120 degrees, 135 degrees, or 179 degrees, it is obtuse. An obtuse angle is wider than a right angle, but it has not opened all the way into a straight line. That means obtuse angles are between right angles and straight angles. Here's the test idea. If the angle is bigger than 90 degrees, but smaller than 180 degrees, it is obtuse. A straight angle is an angle that measures exactly 180 degrees. A straight angle looks like a straight line. That may sound strange at first because we usually think of angles as corners, but a straight line forms a 180-degree angle. You can think of it like 2 rays pointing in opposite directions from the same endpoint. Together, they make one straight path. Here's the test idea. If the angle is exactly 180 degrees, it is a straight angle. Here's a simple way to remember the 4 types. Acute angles are small. Right angles are perfect corners. Obtuse angles are wide. Straight angles are flat lines. You can also remember the number rules. Acute means less than 90 degrees. Right means exactly 90 degrees. Obtuse means greater than 90 degrees but less than 180 degrees. Straight means exactly 180 degrees. Those number rules are the most important part for tests and quizzes. Let's do a quick check. If an angle is 40 degrees, what type is it? It is acute because 40 is less than 90. If an angle is 90 degrees, what type is it? It is a right angle because it is exactly 90 degrees. If an angle is 125 degrees, what type is it? It is obtuse because it is greater than 90 but less than 180. If an angle is 180 degrees, what type is it? It is a straight angle because it forms a straight line. Understanding angle types helps you with many geometry topics. Triangles use angles. Parallel lines use angles. Polygons use angles. Circle problems use angles. Proofs often depend on angle relationships. So when you can quickly identify acute, right, obtuse, and straight angles, you are building a strong foundation for the rest of geometry. Here's what you just learned. An angle is formed when two rays share the same endpoint. That shared endpoint is called the vertex. Angles are measured in degrees. An acute angle is less than 90 degrees. A right angle is exactly 90 degrees. An obtuse angle is greater than 90 degrees but less than 180 degrees. A straight angle is exactly 180 degrees. And the easiest way to remember them is this. Acute is small. Right is a perfect corner. Obtuse is wide. Straight is a flat line. If this helped you understand acute, right, obtuse, and straight angles, watch the full Geometry Basics playlist next. Like, subscribe, and keep building your math confidence with QuickBytes education, one QuickByte at a time.